Wardrobe for the Bass True Anglers podcast is brought to you by BassCo Fishing. High-performance fishing apparel that can be customized to fit your needs. Do you need to showcase your brand? Does your business need apparel? Do you need a tournament jersey? Visit their website at www.basscofishing.com. Well, get those life vests zipped and clipped, strap down those rods, and stash away those tackle bags because we are going fishing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bass True Anglers podcast. I'm your host, Keith Nicewanger, and I hope this episode finds you with 5 for 25 in your live well. BassCo Fishing is our newest podcast partner. They are the official wardrobe provider of the Bass True Anglers podcast. Today, we have Chris from BassCo. He is the founder of the company, and he will be with us today to talk about BassCo Fishing. But first, if you like the content we provide on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, leave us a like, and leave us a comment if you're not scared. Thank you. We are building our viewership, and your follow means a lot to us. Again, please hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and we will send you alerts every time we drop new content. As you know by now, we are the Western representatives for Duckett Fishing, pro-driven rods, reels, and baits. Duckett is building a Western presence, and if you haven't seen it yet, you soon will. New independent dealerships are popping up all the time. If you live in the West and know of a tackle shop, kayak store, boat dealership, tattoo parlor, gas station, sporting goods store, donut shop, barbershop, or dentist office, leave us a message. Send us a DM. Go to our website, BassTrueAnglersPodcast.com, and send us an email. We would love to get our products into your store. Let us know.
Change. It's inevitable. To improve, you must adapt. The sport is evolving. A paradigm shift is a fundamental change of basic concepts. Don't get left behind. Introducing Paradigm. Paradigm Reels by Duckett Fishing. Pro-driven.
We are also, of course, welcoming new podcast wardrobe sponsor, BassCo Fishing. Totally customized apparel at prices you won't believe. Today, I am wearing Seafoam Margarita. Never thought I'd wear something called Seafoam Margarita, but here it is. I think it's about time that we add a little color to our fishing. You know, I don't know about you, but I get so tired of the drab clothing that we wear out on the water. The fish don't see it. I want some color in my fishing. BassCo Fishing has got me covered. Today we have the founder of BassCo Fishing with us. Chris, welcome to the Bass 2 Anglers podcast. Thanks for being with us. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Keith. Happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about the company. I am the more I find out about BassCo Fishing, the more interested I am in the company. It's got some really interesting roots, and I'd like you to explain that to us.
So we, I want to say probably about 2 years ago during COVID, I got put to part-time at my full-time job, and I was trying to find something to keep myself occupied, try to make a little bit more money, make an income of something. So I've been very big into the fishing community, and I thought maybe I should just try to make an apparel brand, not thinking anything of it. It started with just a logo on a t-shirt, trying to get your name out there. I had a gentleman who I'm very close to now. He's in a bass club down in Texas, and he reached out to me, asked me if I could make jerseys for him. And long story short, turned into we started making jerseys for this bass club. It's called Bass Grabbers down in Texas. If you're in the Texas area, go check them out. They do mostly bank fishing tournaments, which is something you don't see very common right now. So they're trying to grow that sport where, if someone can't afford a kayak or a boat, they offer it for on shore. But they reached out to me to see if I could make jerseys for them. And during that time, I was actually going to shut the doors and not do anything with it because nothing was really working. But since then, when I started making the jerseys for them, they had a clientele as well that brought in some more visitors to me, which brought in more products for us to make. And it turned into where I started making custom jerseys, and then I was able to create some very different designs that you don't see that are out there right now. As you're sporting right now, that's something that I take a lot of pride in. That's something that I don't want to be like every other company. I don't want BassCo to be anyone other than BassCo. BassCo is for the everyday angler, for the person that works, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and goes fishing on the weekends. I'm one of those people, and that's something that I wanted to create, was something that has meaning to it. Not saying that the other companies don't, but I wanted to have something where they could wear proudly, and it's something that I strive in. I try to make sure that we get in touch with every person that buys from BassCo, that sends us a message. I try to be very active with everyone, and I believe that's something that everyone appreciates. I get a lot of messages from people saying, like, I never expected someone to respond to me. I thought I was just going to be a message, this and that. It's something that I take a lot of pride in. Granted, am I making sales every day? Not right now, but that's not the point. The point is right now is try to provide a platform for people who can't be that professional angler, that can't be that, co-angler, whatever it may be. I wanted to make something for everyone. And, one thing that, again, I told you I was striving is trying to create different designs, something that stands out, that's not out there today. Not everyone likes it, and that's okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. But the people that do wear them, they're very excited about them. They love the material. I think I get a lot of responses how stretchy everything is. That's something that people really like. And it's just turned into something that I never thought it would be. It's turned into this. We're a smaller company still, but it's getting to the point where I need to figure out where we're going to take it to the next level, because I don't know what's going to happen next year. And what I mean by that is in a good way. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to tackle everything for everyone and make sure that we're still that company out there. And people such as yourself, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to gain more insight and proceeding from there. But from the backstory, we just started as a small little fun type company that turned into grabbing people's attention. It's not just a logo on a shirt anymore. It's creating something that someone can wear that other companies can't provide. That's the main point of BassCo.
So I want to just confirm something. First of all, did I hear you right? Are you telling me that you're going to respond to people that DM you on Instagram?
Every day, all day long. Yep, every day. And that's one thing that I'm lucky to say that I can do, and I hope my company that I work for is not watching, but I work from home, so I do have the ability to go on my phone every once in a while if I need to. If there's something that's pressing that needs attention, if I need to clock out for 10 minutes for my full-time job, they're completely okay with that. But that's something that I really wanted to push because I do have the ability to have more time in this while working a full-time job. And I also want people to see that this is possible. If you work a full-time job and you want to be in this industry, you can do it with having a full-time job. And, there's creators out there such as yourself, there's podcast people. And I think that's one thing that I'm trying to bring into light to people to understand that if you want to be in the fishing community, go do it. But you got to put your mind in, you got to put your head first. You got to do it, and you got to want to do it. It's not just, you need to spend, 10 minutes on your Instagram. No, you're going to spend a lot of your day responding to people, but people will gain that trust from you, and they will either follow you or purchase from you or whatever it may be. And that's one thing that I wanted to bring up too, that BassCo is striving to do, is helping other bait manufacturers that are smaller. I mean, I have one company that I should say I have two companies I work very closely with, Stump Thumper Baits and Tech Baits. We've become a family, and I've never met these people in my entire life yet. Mm-hmm. But it's become, and that's one thing that I will say about this fishing community, is that we meet people that we don't meet in everyday life. And what I mean by that is by good people. You're meeting people that have a kind heart. And I believe in the fishing community, most people you're going to find that have these kind of hearts, that they're just your average everyday person that just go on about their day. But I really, my emphasis about the company is trying to help other companies establish themselves as well by my following and by their following, whatever it may be. I help you, you help me type of situation. Not saying we're the Guggen Squad. I mean, that's not what we're trying to do. And by all means, kudos to Guggen Squad for what they're doing. But I just want to be able to help people who are trying to do the same thing as what BassCo is.
Yeah. Now, just a quick shift of gears. What caught my attention, first of all, I'm a terrible golfer. I am a terrible golfer.
But I still golf.
I've thrown more clubs in the lake than I'd care to admit, but I absolutely love golf fashion. I mean, I will watch golf tournaments on TV because I like golf fashion. That's the way I dress. Yeah. And when I saw BassCo, I'm like, oh my gosh, here is a apparel company that actually puts some color into their work. Thank goodness there is somebody that puts color into their work, because most of the stuff's pretty drab.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I'm noticing, is that people they're gravitating to the attention, but I think they're a little nervous as to how they're going to look wearing it. But I will say that every person that purchases a shirt, they're ecstatic with it. They just love it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have told me how comfortable the material is, and how just being in the sun, that it's helped them be protected from the sun, whatever it may be. But that's one thing that I have strived for, is something different. And again, I know everyone's not going to like it, but I believe that this industry needs something like that. And hopefully someone will purchase a shirt and find out for themselves. That's kind of the focus.
Well, what I like about it is it lets a person express their inner color wheel, if you know what I mean. I mean, sure. This is Seafoam Margarita that I'm wearing tonight.
Yeah.
I like it. It's loud. It's obnoxious, like I am. But let's say you're a tackle shop owner, or you've got a product. You would like to be able to sell apparel out of your shop that has your company name on it, and you'd like it to be a shirt that people are going to look at. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm drawn to this. Maybe it's my need for attention. I don't know, but I'm drawn to these bright, bold colors, and I always have been.
And I will be honest, the golf polos that you're speaking of, that's one thing that has gravitated to me as well. That's kind of how all this started, because I did some research just to see outside of the fishing industry, like what kind of shirts are being made right now? What are the designs? What are they looking like? And a lot of them are your Gulf polos with the funky type of colors,
Yeah.
the weird type of whatever graphics they have on the shirts. And that's what people are gravitating towards nowadays, is that. And I think down the road, I think this will become something where it's more popular. I think right now it's just there's some people that are a little, I guess, old-fashioned in a way, which I think is okay to say. But not everyone's like that. I get a lot of kids, I shouldn't say kids, let's just say, your teenagers that are like, oh, I love this shirt. This is something I have to have. And, they go ask mom and dad, hey, can I go have this shirt? And they do. And that's one thing too that I absolutely love. I have gotten videos from parents who take a video of their kid opening up a package. And that's something that hits the heart, because I remember as a kid, that was something that I was excited for, getting that, whatever it may be, the tackle, the rod, the reel, whatever it may be, you were so excited for it. And just to see someone open up a package from BassCo excited about their package was just, it hit the heart. It was something that was truly, it made me realize I accomplished one part of the company, was gravitating towards someone who enjoyed it that much.
Now, there, obviously professional fishing is a big thing, but and you mentioned the bass clubs. I hadn't even thought about that, but I mean, there are so many kayak circuits now, and there are so many of other types of tournament fishing type things. You make tournament jerseys. Talk about the tournament jerseys that you've made.
Yeah, so we make, it's 100% custom. Whatever you're looking for, we can create. The only thing that we do ask for is for you to gain the permission from your pro staff companies or whoever you're sponsored by to give us the permission to add it to the shirt, so we don't have any trademark issues or anything. But everything that we make is completely customizable, and it takes anywhere from, I want to say, around your 3-week range when it comes into production. What I'll do is I'll actually create the shirt. I will create a mock-up for you before you purchase the shirt. That gives you kind of the idea of what you're going to get. And then once you have paid for the custom shirt, we send it to the production company. They make the shirt and they ship it directly to you. But like I said, everything is 100% custom. You tell me what you're looking for. If you want a military camo sun shirt, we can make it. If you want a gray to white fade sun shirt, we can make it. We can create pretty much anything. The only thing that I will tell you is that I'm not the greatest at creating the custom little jerseys that make the lines and stuff. That's one thing that I'm working on. But other than that, we can create pretty much everything. I just created 2 shirts for 2 of my pro staff members that are actually fishing Sam Rayburn next weekend on a team tournament. And if they win it, or if they come 1 to 3rd, they have an opportunity to go to the Bassmaster Classic.
Wow.
So we just created a jersey for them. And one thing about the custom jerseys at BassCo is they're a lot cheaper than a lot of other companies. And the reason for that is it's not because of any sort of quality or anything like that. It's to grow the name. That's one thing that want to make sure that everyone understands, is that, you may see, like, I think right now I'm charging $59.99 for a hooded sun shirt jersey, which with a lot of other companies are normally around 100 or more. That's one thing that I'm striving to do, is offer something that's a little bit cheaper, to gain our name. That's something that is true to me. I'm not here always about making all the money in the world. I want to make something for everyone that they can afford. That's something that I told myself I was going to do. Even with inflation, I'm not raising my prices. I will make sure that if I lose a couple dollars for you to get a shirt, that's okay. That doesn't bother me. That's something that I believe says a lot about our business and our model, is by offering something at a fair price.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd seen a couple of these tournament shirts on the Instagram page, and I was blown away. Those are really cool looking shirts.
Yes, they turn out pretty cool.
You've got a couple of things going now that I've seen recently on the website. You got a breast cancer awareness shirt going. Did I see new hats?
Yeah, so we got new hats out. New hats. These are made by Craven, Carolina. And another thing, like I told you before, is we work with a lot of small businesses. So Craven, Carolina is making all of our leather patch hats. I got 4 samples just a couple days ago. They're creating all of our hats for us. And then also we are doing a breast cancer awareness foundation. That's something I told myself if I was going to grow, I wanted to give back. So I've been giving back, whether it be an autism foundation or autism awareness. We have a pro staff member whose son was who had a brain tumor and had to get it removed. So we did a fundraiser for them. I think we raised, just about $200-ish to give to the family, which isn't a lot, but every little bit helps. So right now I'm doing a breast cancer awareness t-shirt, which is to protect the bobbers. Kind of funny, but it's I got a comment from a lady who thought it wasn't very nice. And the whole point of this is it's fishing related, and it's there to raise awareness for breast cancer awareness. So we have we have 2 different kinds of t-shirts, a hooded long sleeve, and a hoodie. And I'm gonna create another one here probably next week on the breast cancer awareness. I'm really striving to push this. If someone wants to purchase something from BassCo, I would highly recommend buying one of these shirts, because BassCo's not keeping the money. It's going to a breast cancer foundation. That's one thing too that we're gonna open it up to the followers on BassCo. We're gonna make them make the decision where we're gonna fund the money. I'm gonna make a post probably next week asking for everyone's opinion of where they want the money to go to. One thing again, we want everyone else's opinion. We want to be the company that is there for everyone else. We're not here for ourselves. We're here for the other fishermen and women that are out there.
You mentioned something earlier when we were talking, and I can really relate to it. Wanting to be around the fishing industry, there is a lot of things you can do within this industry that you can be part of it. What about your fishing background? First of all, where do you live? Where do you fish?
Yeah, I am in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. I'm originally from central Wisconsin. I moved down here 4 years ago with my fiance. She's here for pharmacy school. So we moved down here for that. But my background is, everyday fishing, where my parents are those parents that don't like you watching TV or playing video games when you're a kid. I was lucky and fortunate enough to have a lake that was literally a block away from my parents' house. And I started fishing, I think, when I was 3 years old, going with grandpa or dad, whoever it may be. And then I just turned into gradually going fishing every day with the neighbor kid. And then in high school, I fished some tournaments in high school and did that. And then it's just turned into something that I have a passion for. And I think one funny story that I always tell people is that, in Wisconsin, hunting is more popular than fishing. Fishing is pretty popular, but hunting is, the go-to. And all my friends were going hunting, and I didn't have land to go hunting on, so I had to find a different hobby to get into, and it was fishing. That was kind of my getaway. Where my friends were out hunting, I went fishing. So fishing became my type of thing. And one thing that I can tell you is that, my full-time job, I have a lot of responsibilities. So I believe that fishing is something that takes away life. That's one thing that I think is really important, is to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. And I think that's my getaway, fishing. But right now in Omaha, I'm fishing the little ponds we have here that I call them. They call them lakes here, but they're pretty tiny little lakes. But it gets the job done. But I originally we moved from La Crosse, Wisconsin, so Mississippi River is very known to me. But one thing I think I talked to you about a while ago was I wanted to be, everyone's dream is become a professional fisherman. And I started really looking into expenses and everything that's involved in order to become an angler in these tournaments nowadays. And I told myself, there's just no way I can make that humanly possible. But that didn't stop me to want to be in the fishing community. And that's one reason, another reason why we started BassCo was to be more involved. I tell you what, I think this was last year, Lee Livesey followed me and I was freaking out because I'm like, holy cow, a professional bass angler is following me. So again, back to that, just if you want to do something in this community, go do it. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Go from there. But fishing has always been in my life. That's something that will never go away. I think this is just the beginning for BassCo and myself, just to see where things take us. And yeah, I mean, fishing is who I am. It truly is.
So what do you see now? First of all, you're getting married. How many weeks from now?
I'm getting married on October 8th. So my fiance is actually on her bachelorette party right now in Wisconsin. So I'm bacheloring it up right now.
Wow.
So yeah, we're getting married in 2 weeks, and thank God, because I really want to get back to getting more things going with BassCo. One thing to note on that too is once I get back from our honeymoon, people are going to be getting a little annoyed by BassCo because we have a lot of cool things coming.
Any secrets you can reveal right now?
Yeah. So right now, I've been getting a lot of requests for hoodies, just regular winter hoodies.
Yeah.
So I am currently working on those, and I'm thinking we may do some ugly Christmas sweater hoodies. So we may do some SPF type ugly Christmas sweaters, which you don't find out there too often. So that's one thing too. I have to give a shout out. One thing that I want people to understand is that it's not just me behind the camera underneath the computer. I have a couple of people that create logos for me. I don't create any of the logos. I have a gentleman whose name is Jason. He's up in Canada. He does all of the logo creations for myself, and he also creates it for Brandon Polinick. He does all of Brandon Polinick's tourney tees. So shout out to Jason on that. And I have a few other companies that help me create some of the things that we do. So I just want everyone to understand that, you don't need to do it on your own. There's other people out there that are willing to help you and make it strive. But yeah, the ugly Christmas shirts I'm kind of excited about because I think that'll be something that'll gravitate to our fishermen that you don't see every day. So we're working on that right now. I'm also working on a different pro staff tier. So instead of just giving everyone a discount on our products, I am going to start to offer free products to some people. You're gonna have to have
now the DMs are gonna start.
Yeah, we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a 3-tiered program. One, the top tier is gonna be your people who are very active every day on your social media. So we're gonna be looking for people who have over 10,000 followers, who promote reels on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be, and then on down. I'm really going to start to push it next year. This is something, it was kind of a trial this year to see where things went. And I think we're to the point now where we can start to push it a little bit more. That's something I'm nervous about because I think everyone who's probably watching this knows me well enough to know that I don't like making a promise that I can't keep. So just know that we are going to do everything we can to make sure that we stay that company, because I don't want to lose pro staff members, customers, whoever it may be. And I know that this is something that people have wanted. But you also gonna have to work for it. I mean, we can't just hand out items for free either. I'm not telling you need to make a post every day, but we are looking for people who are very active in the community that can help us strive. Another thing too, I have another pro staff member that I can't say who he works for, but he does work in the fishing community. He is starting to create content for us, and we could have some big things coming next year. I can't say for certain just yet, but I have another kayak angler that's in the KBF. He's very close with Christy Fisher. There's a lot of things that could pop off, but I don't like making promises I can't keep. So I don't want to say for certain, but such as yourself, you reached out to me, just seeing what we could do to work together. And I think you need to give everyone a chance. And I think that's something that is important, whether they have 10 followers or 100,000 followers, whatever it may be in this social media industry, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
You need to give everyone an opportunity because you just don't know what the outcome may be. I have a gentleman right now who's on my pro staff program. Shout out to Backwoods Justin, because he's got, I don't know, 1,500 followers, but he is constantly, hey, go check out BassCo. Hey, go do this, go do that. And he does everything he can to make sure that, we're growing. And I try to make sure that he's being taken care of, because people like him, we won't be able to grow without people like him.
Yeah.
Just know that if you only have those 1,000 followers, whatever it may be, all you got to do is spread the word and you will be accounted for it. And I think that's something that makes us different, where other companies may see that as, here's a shirt, here you go, see you later. Where we're actually going to take the time to say thank you, or if an order doesn't come to you, I'm going to make sure that it does come to you. My guy Justin, one of the shirts got lost in the mail, and instantly we made sure we got another one coming for him. So yeah, we got a lot of things coming next year. I just ask that everyone be patient, because I am a one-man show, and next year I think it'll be one for the books. I think we're gonna have a lot of interesting things come up, and in a good way. But one thing that I just really want people to understand is that, giving back is something I take pride in. That's something that I want people to know. I just want everyone to think that we're just some company behind the computer just trying to sell you something. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to be there for someone that maybe someone else can't be there for them.
Well, it's very evident, and I really appreciate you taking your time with us today. I think this was a good start, and I think that the world now knows
That's right.
about BassCo, and they're going to be hearing a lot from it. Chris, thanks for being with us today, and good luck to you. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Thanks.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the BassCo Anglers podcast. Totally custom apparel. I really think that this is going to be something that is going to be a big movement in our sport going forward. Check him out at basscofishing.com. Until next week, keep those life vests zipped and clipped, keep both hands on the wheel, and be safe. We'll talk to you soon.